那接下来我们将进行特别荣誉奖的 PK。那么接下来，先让我们来看一下比赛题目，在我手中。好的，题目是这样的 ：A university student came to his teacher and complained, "Look, I came here to be a pharmacist. Why do I have to read Hamlet?" If you were the teacher, how would you answer the student?
根据比赛规则，两位选手刚刚进行了抽签，决定了出场先后顺序。他们将就这个话题进行5分钟的即兴演讲。有请1号选手。
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great honor for me to go back to the stage and share with you now what I have in mind. You know what? One day I had a very interesting conversation with one of my students, and it went like this. It is a boy student. He ran to me and looked very much puzzled. His question is, "Teacher, you know my major, and I want to be a pharmacist in the future. So why do I have to read Hamlet as you recommended in class? Because Hamlet cannot help me buy bread, find a job, or help me find a very beautiful girlfriend. What's the point in reading it?" I gazed at him for a very, very long time without uttering a word. And then I articulated the following reply, word by word. "You know what? My dear boy, that is what you are here for in college. Even if Hamlet and other literature works cannot buy you material things, but it might bless you with spiritual enrichment." After taking a sip of tea, and then I moved on. Firstly, you know, college is where we call the ivory tower, because it is the accumulation of human wisdom in the form of classics. And we know the most important form of classics is nothing else but literature. Because literature is the study of human nature, according to Shakespeare. Nothing is new in the sun. So if you want to probe into the human nature, you must read the classics and literature. Do you know, my dear boy, at Harvard, for undergraduates there, for each week, they have to finish one classical reading. Can you do that? They read from Plato's dialogue down to Gone with the Wind. So if you are a college student, you must read literature. Then I cleared my throat and continued. Secondly, if we compare our life to a long sentence, then college education is the little comma in it. Even it is not that important. It can give you a lot of twists and turns. It can give you a lot of depth and profundity to your mundane life. By reading literature, if you're lucky enough, you will have what I call a poetic life. You will be given the gift of aesthetic appreciation. Now please listen to me. I would like to read excerpt of Longfellow's A Psalm of Life. "In the war's broad field of battle, be not like dumb, driven cattle. Be a hero of the strife. Trust no future. However pleasant, act in the living present, and leave your footprints on the sands of time. Then let us be up and doing, with a heart for any fate, still achieving, still pursuing, and learn to labor and to wait." So please tell me, how do you feel about it? Do you think it is a waste time to read the classics? My dear boy, finally, I concluded my conversation like this. My dear boy, I know Now you feel like you're in the middle of a dark tunnel. Then I would like to give you one of my favorite quotes from George Bernard Shaw. Human life is not a candle, and we cannot see it burn down to the end without leaving a trace. Instead, human life is a torch, and while passing it down to the next generation, our solemn obligation is to make it brighter in our hands. But how? First of all, you must read literature. So that's the end of today's lecturing. My little boy, have a nice day. That's the end of my conversation, and that's the end of my speech. Thank you.
感谢1号选手。下面让我们以热烈的掌声有请2号选手登台。
Okay, when Forrest Gump was very young, he's crippled, so his mother used braces to help him stand up. And when his friends try to bully him, he runs very fast. At that time, he has no idea what running meant to him. But when he was in the battlefield, running really helped him to save his life because he can escape from the bombs and fires and the bullets. And when Steve Jobs was still in the university, he took a course called calligraphy. He doesn't know what that meant to him. He was not going to be an artist. But when he was working in the Apple company, the Apple company is beautiful. It's very user-friendly because he has taken this course called calligraphy. So we don't ask what we were doing. We don't ask what's the use of us doing this job. I'm not asking why I come here to take this competition because I really enjoy it. And I'm not asking about its uses and utilizations at this time because I know after 1 year, after 2 years, it will show up in front of us. Why do we always have to ask what is the practical use of this thing we are doing? And when my student came to me and asked me, what's the use for me to take a literature course if I'm going to be a pharmacist? I will tell him from these following 3 aspects. Firstly, because you're a human being. You're a human before you actually become a pharmacist. So as a human being, you need to understand the world and also to understand yourself. You need to deal with relationships with other people. You need to have this self-cognition, and these you can actually get from reading. So from reading writings by Confucius, we can actually behave like a gentleman. By reading The Dream of Red Mansions, we can actually dig into that period of history at the end of Qing Dynasty. By reading Wang Xiaobo's Golden Times, we can actually feel these delicate feelings between these gentlemen and ladies at that time and period. We don't have actually this opportunity to travel back to. By reading, by digging into this, we say humanistic courses, will help us to become a better human being. This is the first reason. And secondly, I'll tell him that, yes, you want to see the practical use, right? I'll give you 2 examples. You know, Russell and also Descartes, they are both a philosopher and a mathematician. So you don't see the connection right now, but actually they can help you in a deeper sense and a deeper layer of knowledge. Because no matter you're a scientist or actually you're working in the art industry, we are dealing with problems about human beings, about this world. They are the same at the deepest level. Philosophy is the basis. So if you want to work as a pharmacist, you have to realize that reading these literary things can help you in your job. Because nowadays, you know, these clashes between patients and doctors getting more and more intense. If you really want to be great at this industry, you have to know how to communicate with people. You have to know how to be a better communicator. And reading books can help you in this aspect. And also, thirdly, I think reading can actually help you to develop a very good hobby. You know, we don't want actually to be laborers, and actually we want to be workers. What do we do in our leisure time? How can we make best of our leisure time? Reading is a really good hobby for you because by reading, you can actually go through your mundane life and reach something more. You can actually taste Hamlet's hesitation and his courage by deciding to be or not to be with him. You can actually feel this crazy love of Gatsby for Daisy by reading The Great Gatsby. And also, you can actually identify with Hemingway. His courage, and courage is grace under pressure. So by reading, you can fill your leisure time with a lot of beauties that cannot be understood by those who are sitting in front of computers, playing computer games all day, and going shopping all day, because this can actually help you to make your life more beautiful and more colorful. And lastly, I want to say, because reading literature, reading those humanistic writings can help us to fill our lives, to make it more beautiful and more colorful. It can make us go beyond the laborer and become a worker, and foremost, to be a better person. So actually, to end my presentation, I want to cite from Forrest Gump, that life is like a box of chocolate. You never know which piece you're going to pick up. And also, by a saying by Steve Jobs, that life is like connecting dots. When you look forward, you don't know what this means to you. But when you look back, you'll find that there is a delicate connection between every dot. So ladies and gentlemen, let's enjoy life, enjoy reading, enjoy Hamlet. Thank you very much.